Hello everyone, my name is Lacey. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, if you're new here, I talk about, my life, my perspective of things, law of attraction, happiness, all of that, and what does that mean for me personally, and little tips and tricks if you want to, learn about it, I guess. Sorry, my cat, he's being cute. I have this little string. Look. I don't know if it'll come on the camera. But today I was going to talk about something that happened by chance, a synchronicity, if you may say, or something, that just was such a coincidence that if it didn't happen the way it did, I would have never realized something. And then the thing I realized, okay? So last night, one of you guys commented on my YouTube video, and you just said like the normal, like, I enjoy your video, and I commented, thank you so much. Later on that night, I'm on my iPad watching my own YouTube videos, like not my own YouTube videos, but the YouTube videos I like to watch, which was actually people playing Sims 4. But on that iPad, I get a notification that was like a thumbs up to the thank you so much comment. That iPad's not connected to the Lacey the Shark YouTube channel. It's just, a random one that I had from years ago. Tell me why I accidentally had commented on, I guess my phone browser is connected to that YouTube. I accidentally commented on your guys' comment, like on that one. And of course I'm like, oh my goodness, oh no, like, it's my personal YouTube, not my personal YouTube, but like, I'm just like, what is on the YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So I go to click on it and I realize it's a picture of my, like one of my old cats that I had like years and years and years ago. And so it said August or something 2016 was when the YouTube had been made. And apparently 9 years ago, I made that YouTube with the idea that I would post on the YouTube. So I guess 9 years ago, I had this plan because it literally had an about me and everything saying like, thank you for joining my YouTube. Like, I'm going to talk about my life and my experience and just show my weird self. I just stuttered there. Show my weird self. And and I guess it was like gonna be like, because back then I drank a lot, so it was like you can expect drunk unboxings and I don't even remember do-it-yourself tutorials, and I'm just thinking, whoa, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, I had a YouTube a few years ago where I ate food and stuff, but to think that 9 years ago I had this idea to do this. And I would have never realized, because I use that iPad every single night to watch like Sims 4 playthroughs. Like I like watching people like decorate stuff on there. I use that iPad a lot. I've used that iPad. That's usually the YouTube I use to subscribe to people and stuff, like people that I follow. Y'all, you're telling me that this entire time that YouTube was something that I originally 9 years ago, when I started streaming on the internet, thought, oh, I'm going to post on YouTube? That actually blows my mind. Like, it actually blows my mind that this is something that I've thought about several times in my life. Like, I've always been very, like, when I was growing up, I was always this, like, outgoing, annoying person, like, very, like, loud, outgoing, excited. And then went to college and life happens. And I kind of just, like, even though I was always kind of, like, loud and outgoing, I wasn't the same as, like, I cared too much what other people thought. And so the fact that 9 years ago I had thought about doing this, and then a few years ago I did it, divine timing, I swear. Like, I kind of look at that and I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't do the YouTube then. I don't know, where I would be at in my life now. It kind of played out the perfect way that it could have, for what works for me now. But it's just so, I had to come on here and say this. Like, it's so crazy to me that this ideal that I had several times, like, is coming full circle, and now I realize like I'm ready for it. Like I really feel ready for it. Like it's actually insane. Like to think that I've thought about this several times. It actually reminds me of something that I will tell you guys about. I wasn't going to tell anyone at first, but then I ended up doing it. So now I feel less nervous to say this. But ever since I was little, when I was like 10 years old, my dream was to try out for the American Idol. And I just wanted to do it so, 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 so bad. So once I changed my life, like in the past few years, I actually have, last November, I did audition for The Voice. They did say for me to try out next season. But like, it's kind of like the same thing, I feel like I've had these dreams over on my whole life, and I kind of just like push them to the back burner, and I'm starting to like come back to doing them, things that set me out of my comfort zone, things that make me seen, you know, heard. And it's nerve-wracking, like, you know, like putting your ideals out there and then like letting people listen to them. But I think that that's why in the first place I wanted to do this YouTube, is to show others that they can be true to themselves as well. And it's just insane to me that 9 years ago I had somewhat of a similar ideal. It literally was about talking about my life and showing my weird self and how you can be your true self too. And that was even a different version of me, you know, like this like younger version that was really lost in the way. Sorry, I'm playing with my cat. And so it's actually like insane to me that that was always something I wanted to do. Like to be seen in a weird way. And I think that somewhere along the way, I like forgot that for a minute, you know? But it's actually kind of nuts that like I would have never noticed that if someone didn't comment on this video and me see that. But it actually made me realize that like this this is something I am meant to do. Like today I got a comment that wasn't, you know, whatever. And I, you know, I thought about it for a second, but then I see all the comments that I get that are very, very like comforting, or thank you for sharing your message, or like saying thank you for like me speaking, or people message me like individually saying how much it has helped them in just the few videos I've done to see the world differently. And that's why I want to do it. And I just felt as though I needed to come on here and say that, because like it made me feel very seen, if that makes sense. Like in this like beautiful way, like that it was something I've always wanted to do, and it really resonates with me that I'm doing it now, because like it is hard to be seen sometimes and for people to listen to what you say, and it is nerve-wracking. Like it, I think that's just normal. I don't know if that would ever stop, you know. Like I've been live streaming for 9 years. I have been on the internet for, you know, as long as the internet has been a thing, and I was able to get on the internet. And I don't think it changes that you like somewhat are nervous about what others will think. I think that that's just like normal as a human, and that little voice in your head wants you to like stop talking, and it's like, oh my god, like people aren't going to want to hear what you have to say. But I'm just speaking it because it's my truth, and it's not my place to decide if other people want to listen to what I have to say. And I think that like by sharing those thoughts and by sharing that message, it really can help others like feel the same way. And even if you don't relate to exactly everything I talk about, like I really do hope you, what if you get anything from my videos, it is to just be true to yourself, whatever you're always called to do. Like I will always say, like when I hear people say that they had like these goals or dreams that they wanted to do and they're like not following them, like you want to just like be like, but why not? Like you have this beautiful dream inside of you, but you have to let other people to decide that for themselves, so that they want to follow their dreams and that you can follow your dreams. But like I just kind of want to share my message in this way of like see like kind of like see and show that like other people do kind of step on their own toes sometimes too, and that doesn't mean your dream isn't something that you shouldn't be doing. But I do feel as though this is something I have not been called to do in a way. It's more of being like seen, like letting go of what others think about me and like getting my message out there because, you know, I am in school for marine biology and it is really a big like dream of mine to help save the planet in the ways that we can and make the place a more sustainable place to live for the future generations. And I think one way of like doing that is by sharing your story and getting it out there and like showing others that like the planet and the people around us aren't as far gone as we like perceive it to be, and that if like we like shared love or shared our perspective in a way that was like coming from a place of understanding, then maybe it wouldn't be so like hard to grasp in a way. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but it would be like much easier for others to understand your point of view if you came at it in a way that's literally just speaking your truth. And I'm not saying that my truth or my belief is any better or any like it is more true than yours. I think that we all have these beliefs and we all see the world in these like in these beautiful different ways. And if we kind of like talked about it in a way that came from understanding, the world would be like a different place and maybe we would all like get along like in a more fluid way. Like it would flow together more because like the beauty of it is even if we all live this like love and happiness lifestyle, we would all do it in this like different way of what would make everything work. And I think that if we talked about it more and like made, you know, made it seem like it wasn't such like a far-fetched ideal, like yeah, it would be such a beautiful place. Also, sorry, I have to pet my cat. He was like sitting right here and I have been a little bit under the weather and he's been cuddling me tonight and he's orange. So you're like, when an orange cat cuddles you, like that means the world, you know? But the way he's looking at me right now. But like I've just been having one of those days where, you know, I had a conversation with one of my good friends for like I feel like it was like on and off like 8 hours, you know, 7 hours or something today. And we're just one of those like it's just one of those friendships where you can just like feed off of each other and talk about whatever your mind thinks about. And like she helped me realize that this is like something good for me too. And it's just been one of those days that I'm realizing like that this is something that like I really want to do. And I just wanted to come on here and like say it because like I have been having this like is it an existential crisis, an internal crisis? I don't actually I'm not the best with words. I'm a very descriptive person, but sometimes words like especially bigger words, like my brain already mixes them up, so I'm like I don't know if it's the right one. But like I've been having this feeling like, oh my goodness, like the change that comes from like doing this, like it's kind of intimidating and the leap of faith that it takes to like start something new and like build it. But I'm just reminding myself that all things work in my favor in this beautiful way and that you never know what could happen and anything can happen overnight in a positive way. And just gotta believe in my goal, believe in my dream, know that what I want out of this and just keep with it and everything will work out. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful night, a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching this video. I just want to remind you that you are the bee's knees. You are awesome. You are amazing. And thank you for being here on this YouTube journey with me.